Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, the Eagles have done it again. They've made a move that's not just about filling a roster spot, but about making a statement. And that statement is clear: the Eagles are serious about contending for another Super Bowl. And one of the key moves they've just finalized involves veteran pass rusher Za'Darius Smith. Yes, you heard that right. Za'Darius Smith is officially an Eagle, and this signing could have huge implications for the upcoming season. Za'Darius Smith, for those of you who don't follow every detail of NFL roster moves, is a proven pass rusher with a lot of experience, a guy who's been a disruptive force on the defensive line. His addition to the Eagles' defense adds not only talent, but also a veteran presence that can elevate the entire unit. His ability to rush the passer to get to the quarterback is well documented from his time with teams like the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, with the Eagles, he's expected to play a crucial role in that front seven, which has already been one of the most formidable in the league. And let's talk about the contract itself, because that's where things get interesting. The deal has made it into the NFL system, which means we get a pretty clear picture of what the Eagles are investing in Za'Darius Smith. Initially, reports came out suggesting it was a one-year deal worth up to $9 million, but as usual, the details tell a much more nuanced story. The actual maximum value of this contract is $8.25 million, with a base salary of $4.25 million. That's a solid chunk of change for a guy like Smith, especially considering the incentives and performance bonuses included. What makes this deal even more intriguing are the incentives tied to his performance. For example, Smith can earn an additional $2.5 million if he hits certain sack milestones. These incentives are linked directly to his sack numbers, which makes sense because Za'Darius Smith is a player whose impact is measured by how many times he can get to the quarterback. If he manages to rack up enough sacks, those bonuses could make this deal significantly more lucrative. And it's not just sacks that matter here. Smith also has a $500 $0 bonus if he qualifies for the Pro Bowl. That's a pretty standard incentive for star players, but it's worth mentioning because it indicates the Eagles' expectations for him to be a top-tier performer. But the real kicker is the possibility of earning up to an additional $1 million based on the team's success in the playoffs, specifically if the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl. Yes, there are incentives that hinge on team success, individual participation, and performance in crucial moments. For instance, Smith can earn $500 $0 if he participates in at least 30% of the snaps in the NFC Championship. The Eagles win that game, and he has at least 11 sacks or makes the Pro Bowl. Then, there's another $500 $0 for participating in at least 30% of the snaps in the Super Bowl, provided the Eagles win and he hits those sack or Pro Bowl benchmarks. These incentives show that the Eagles are not just signing a player for the regular season. They want someone who can be a difference maker in the postseason, in the biggest moments. And let's consider what this means for the Eagles' defense overall. With Smith in the mix, they get a veteran pass rusher who has a proven track record of creating chaos in the backfield. His presence will open up opportunities for other players, and his ability to get to the quarterback will be vital as teams focus on slowing down the Eagles' offense. The Eagles, after all, have been building a balanced roster, and adding a player like Smith only amplifies their defensive strength. Now, it's also worth noting that Smith signed after Week 1, which has implications for his salary and bonuses. Because he signed when he did, he's not entitled to the full termination pay if the Eagles decide to move on during the 2025 season. That's a strategic move by the team, giving them flexibility while also securing a player who can contribute immediately. This signing fits perfectly within the Eagles' broader strategy of assembling a team capable of competing at the highest level. They've already got an elite quarterback in Jalen Hurts, who's been phenomenal in his development, and a supporting cast that includes talented receivers and a strong offensive line. The defense has been a key area of focus, and bringing in Za'Darius Smith bolsters that unit significantly. It's a move that shows the Eagles are serious about defending their division title, making a run deep into the playoffs, and ultimately bringing home that elusive second Super Bowl trophy in recent franchise history. There's also an interesting history to consider here. The Eagles have always been a team that emphasizes strong front sevens, aggressive pass rushers, and versatile linebackers. Za'Darius Smith, with his ability to play both outside linebacker and defensive end, fits that mold perfectly. His experience and leadership are invaluable, especially for a team that's relatively young in some key positions. Plus, his ability to get to the quarterback is crucial in today's NFL, where pass protection schemes are complex, and the ability to generate pressure often determines the outcome of games. Looking at the NFC landscape, the Eagles are positioning themselves as one of the top contenders. They already have a formidable roster, but adding a player like Smith could be the piece that puts them over the edge. The NFC is loaded with talented teams, but the Eagles have been consistent, well-coached, and now, with this addition, even more dangerous. The defensive front, which was already among the best in the league last season, gets a boost, making it even harder for opponents to establish any rhythm on offense. And for the fans, this move is a statement. It signals that the Eagles are all in this season. They're not just trying to compete, they want to dominate. The passion in Lincoln Financial Field is already electric, and with Smith on board, you can expect that energy to only grow. The defense is shaping up to be one of the most feared in the NFL, and the offense, led by Jalen Hurts, is as explosive as ever. All these pieces are falling into place for what could be a historic season. Now, looking ahead, the expectations are sky-high. With the roster shaping up like this, there's a real belief among fans and analysts alike that the Eagles could finally bring that coveted Super Bowl trophy back to Philadelphia. The team has a mix of youth and experience, talent and grit, and now, a veteran pass rusher ready to make a difference. The division, the NFC, and the league should be on notice because the Eagles are not just here to participate, they're here to win it all. And remember, all this talk about contracts, incentives, and roster moves might sound technical, but it's really about a team's championship aspirations. The players, the coaches, the management, they're all aligned with that goal. Za'Darius Smith's signing is a clear message that the Eagles are serious, aggressive, and ready to take on anyone who stands in their way. So, buckle up, Eagles fans, because this season promises to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. The pieces are coming together, and if everything clicks, we're looking at a team that could make history. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So in summary, the Eagles have made a strategic move by signing Za'Darius Smith, a veteran pass rusher who's proven his ability to change games. His contract may not be the flashiest, but the incentives and performance-based bonuses make it a smart, flexible deal for the team. It's a move that aligns perfectly with their championship ambitions, and it speaks volumes about how serious they are about defending their division and making a deep playoff run. The NFL is a league where every detail matters, and the Eagles are ticking all the right boxes. As the season approaches, all eyes will be on how Smith integrates into that defense and how the team as a whole continues to evolve. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this signing? Do you think Za'Darius Smith will be the missing piece to bring another Super Bowl to Philadelphia? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. Let's keep this conversation going, because this team's story is far from over, and we're all part of this exciting journey together.